All right, this next video is going to be a little bit easier. We're going to just talk for a second about using pandas. Pandas is just another way to get and pass data back and forth from the HTML pages from the routes. So we're not going to need the database. We're not going to need the base file. We're not going to need the index. We're not going to need routes. We're not going to need functions. Instead, on the tickers page, I want to just play with this first one here, just this tickers route. And I want to add pandas to it so that instead of sending it over as collecting it like this, instead of sending it over as all tickers, we're going to send a panda object. Okay. So I'm going to come over to my chat and I'm going to ask it basically convert my tickers.py. It's the first route to use pandas to send the data to the tickers.html file. So it comes down and it knows, and the very first thing it does is it does this import pandas as PD. So it grabs pandas. And you got to remember that pandas was installed when we installed Y-Finance, so we don't have to install it again. Okay, and it's already on the requirements document. And then it comes down, and instead of where are we using the pandas, it comes through. All right, down here. So it does a select all from tickers, grabs them all. Okay, and then it takes the rows, puts all of those into rows, and then it grabs the columns, and it does its thing, and it turns into a data frame with rows and columns. Okay, then it takes that whole data frame, puts it in all tickers, turns it into a dictionary, and it sends it out here to all tickers. Okay, so I'm just going to copy. That actually has delete, update all. I think it has everything that we need. I'm going to copy the whole thing and just replace the whole thing, just so we don't leave anything out. Okay. And then I'm going to have it adjust the tickers.html file as well. So I'm going to come back here and say adjust the tickers.html file to use the pandas in a table. And I'm going to paste the whole thing in, and let's just see what it does. All right, so here it grabs in the all tickers, and that's a couple buttons. All right, let's copy the code. Let's paste it back in. All right, and let's see what it looks like. So we're going to go back out, and we're going to refresh. Okay, nothing died. Come over here to tickers, and it looks pretty much the same. Everything looks the same. So we just passed it a different way. So add a new ticker. The look and feel is all the same, but it was passed using, so at least we got the data and we know it was passed a different way, right? So in tickers, even though it all looks the same, it just was able to, come back up here, it was able here to pass it as a panda data frame. Interesting. Okay, kind of a weird workaround. We already had it working, now we just did it a different way. But at the end of the day, all tickers didn't change much. Okay, so on this tickers part, it didn't change a whole lot. Table displaying all the tickers. For ticker, puts it all out there. There's your edit modals. Yeah, it didn't change much. Okay, so we're going to come back over here. We're going to click our little button, and we're going to change it to thread time, and we're going to commit and push. Send it up to Heroku and test it to make sure it's all good. So we come back over to the web, go out here, look at activity, and it should start building it. And this will be a very short video today. If it works great, it should be a short video. So let's just see if it works. All right, looks like it installed everything. There's a lot of files to install. It usually only takes, usually it's slower the very first time. It goes a little bit faster the second time. We're just waiting for the all clear. And it's loading the output. Build finished. I'm going to click open. Tickers. Transactions. Again, add a transaction. Microsoft. I think Microsoft was around 400. I'll say I paid $350 for it. I'm going to add that transaction. If I go back to accounts, go back over here. My total portfolio value, I made some good money off that Microsoft transaction, which is kind of nice. If I go back to, so it's based off the current ticker price, which is kind of nice. So anyway, all right, that's lesson number 2 for module number 6.